So I got to play a little Jason Isbell, who, can I say it again, how much I adore him? I just adore him. I just am totally smitten with Jason Isbell. And then we played Head On Man Man, which was kind of cool. I want to give a big shout out to Paul right now, who is in our chat room talking about country music and has joined us for the first time this evening and has said that he has liked the selection of music. So that is a testament to all the folks like Donte here and our writers and everybody else who work really hard at putting these playlists together every week. And I love when that gets noticed because there's some awesome playlists.
You're welcome.
But there was no Michael Jackson in this one tonight.
Well,
you decided to give it a rest?
It's not even that I want to give the rest, just the one that I want to play. I've been playing too often. So, like, I played it like a week ago. Mm-hmm. So I had to give it you're right. I had to give it a rest.
Had to give it a rest. But we can expect Michael to pop up soon enough in another playlist, I'm sure.
Yeah, I wanted to shake it up. I wanted to keep you on your toes.
Well, I appreciate that, Donte. You did a very good job. And your hard work is getting noticed, so shout out to Paul.
Ooh, thank you, Paul.
Yeah, we need sound effects. It just doesn't work without sound effects. More importantly, we have the gentleman here from Disturbing Daisy this evening. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going?
How are you?
Doing good yourselves?
So we have 2 of the 5 that are here tonight, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll let you guys go ahead and introduce yourself. I know your names now. I feel pretty confident in that fact. But I want folks to know who they're talking to. So go ahead and say hello, introduce yourself, and what you do in the band.
Chris Connor, guitars.
And Brian Brooks, guitars.
So we were just talking about the fact that Brian Brooks is the greatest name. It's like one of those, the whole name is 2 first names. And we're going to call you Brian and Brooks all night. I'm just going to mix it up. We'll just, who knows what we're going to end up calling you at the end of the night, but we're going to start with that. But everybody refers to you as Brooks, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here this evening. It is very exciting to have you here. And I actually know you're going to probably need to move that closer because that cord's pulling. I actually know the lead singer of your band, Vixen Allure. I've known her for over 5 years. I've known her for a really long time, back in her day when she did other kinds of music. And I knew that she had been getting involved in this band. How long have you all been together, first of all?
I would say this immediate lineup, I would say a little bit over a year.
A little bit over a year. Yes. When did Disturbing Daisy itself start?
Disturbing Daisy's been around for a while. I think it's late 2011.
Late 2011.
Late 2011, and the original lineup it's not what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
We've had series of musicians come and go, and more recently we've had the addition of Najashi on drums.
Okay.
Terrence on the bass.
Mm-hmm.
And now in October, Chris Connor came, and now we're the best we've ever been.
So this configuration is good.
Yeah.
This one is working.
This is the stuff.
All right, so the folks that aren't here again tonight, Terrence, Najashi. I did it right. Najashi and Vixen Allure, who could not be with us tonight. But as I was saying, Vixen, I've known her for years. She's a stand-up lady, and I'm sure she is an awesome front person. And I want to tell you a story, and this is a true story. I was at Jersey Shore Music Festival this year. You guys performed there.
Okay.
I literally missed you. Like, I left the room, and I think you guys had started playing when I looked at the schedule. Oh. I know. I'm really, really bummed because I was there for all 3 days, like, covering the festival. Right. I knew you guys were on the roster. The times got a little skewed towards the end of the weekend.
Right. Yeah,
and
Aztec got...
That was fun.
Yeah, Aztec Club. It was fun, but everyone's times got mixed up.
A little, yeah, they were a little mixed. And so I think I just was like, I just missed you. And I was really upset about it. And I actually tweeted and Facebooked a couple times that, you guys were going to be there because I knew Vixen, and it was kind of cool to have another Philly band that was going to be representing at the festival. How did it go? Did you have fun playing at the Aztec?
We had an amazing time. Hopefully we go back next year.
Yeah.
Wherever it is. It was really fun.
Yeah. I have to be honest and say it was one of my favorite conferences, festivals to go to. I had a blast. It was like 3 fun-filled, packed days of just great music and good people. And what better location, right, for a festival?
It was really fun. It was nice. It was just nice. There was no other way to put it. It was a good time, good people, good venues, and the sound the sound text or whatever, they were, they were.
It was awesome. It was a real music kind of community. Were you there Friday night by chance?
Yeah, we were.
We were there, Friday.
You were Friday night. Were you at the Aztec Friday night?
Yeah, that's where we stayed.
You stayed at the Aztec.
Yep.
Okay. I did too. See, I just missed you guys. Did you see all the people dressed up like the Blues Brothers Friday night?
Yes.
Did you find out about that group?
We did watch them. I caught half of their set. I forget their name.
No, not the act. The crowd of 100 people.
We saw people all dressed up as the Blues Brothers, but
You're right. All right, so let me tell you what happened, because I love telling this story. Mm-hmm. We're in the Aztec. There is like 100 people dressed up like the Blues Brothers, right? And I cannot figure out what's going on. And all of a sudden, I see like cases of whipped cream getting pulled out of the back. And then just freaky stuff started to happen with the Blues Brothers crew. And then I found out it was a yearly trip for this like group of people who are very open in their relationships. I'll put it that way. And they dress up like a character every year. And that's what it was this year. So if you were wondering, because that was one of my favorite parts, watching the Blues Brothers crew on Friday night. That was like a great, awesome part of the whole entire festival. But enough about that. In terms of festivals coming up, are you guys playing at anything this month?
We have August 29th. We'll be at the Fire.
Nice.
We'll be playing with our good friends. Actually, they played at the Jersey Shore Festival, Lay Off Leo.
Okay.
We're playing with them. And then we have October 6th at JR's. We're playing with Evacuate the Earth from Chicago. And we're playing with our good friends from South Jersey, Lurk.
Very nice.
Yeah, we're taking a little... just a little bit of a break, working on some material, writing, and, just kind of recharging the batteries.
So let's talk about the music a little bit. Okay. So as you were mentioning, the band's kind of has had some evolutions in people, which inevitably always happens. And you seem pretty comfortable in the configuration that it is now. If you had to describe the sound of your music, how would you describe it?
A wrecking ball.
I know that's always a hard question. A wrecking ball?
We're coming at you.
Yeah?
We are. It's
Is it more metal or?
It's hard. It's hard rock metal, but it can get really grindy at times. It's just the only way I can explain it is it's you can never count us out on anything. We can go from soft to hard, hard to soft, and just we're going to surprise you. It's a little bit for everybody.
All right. Well, why don't we give everybody a chance to hear the music, because then we could talk about it in a little bit more detail. I have your sampler CD here right now, so we're going to play Bad Guy, right? You told me to play this one first.
Yes.
So I'm expecting some big things. What's this song about?
Lyrically,
you both just kind of like looked down
well,
the side, oh
no. It's hard to explain the lyrics and what the song's about without the vocalist Vixen.
Does she write the lyrics?
Yes.
And listening about the song, if you listen to the lyrics, it's you don't want to be that kind of guy, but you got to put yourself first in certain situations. You can't make everyone happy. And that's what I personally take from the song. If you listen to the lyrics a little bit harder, I mean, I'm sure there's other meanings, but my take personally, you can't make everyone happy. You just got to do what you want to do.
It's interesting that you have your own meaning of the song. All right, let's go ahead and listen to it. We'll be back in just a moment. right, so we got to hear Bad Guy. Now we know what you sound like. So it is, I could kind of hear, obviously I can't hear the whole thing, but I can kind of hear it. But it is like a metal rock. It's like a good mix. It's not too metal, it doesn't sound like, from what I can tell. And so you were saying that Vixen actually writes all the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
who writes the music?
It's a combination. Right now, I mean, how we went as a band, originally I had worked with Vixen prior. We have a couple songs we do in a set that I have written. And then Bad Guy and Fly Away, which is on this sampler. Mm-hmm. Chris actually, he wrote the beginning, or wrote the whole songs, and we just chimed in, and it is what it is, and it sounds great.
You got really excited when the guitar solo came on.
Ah, it's epic. That's you kidding me?
I love when people get excited about their stuff, though. That means you put passion into it. You're like, still believe it, you know? So how did you get involved with Disturbing Daisy? Brian Brooks?
I actually was in several local bands, and I had actually quit my one band. You know, things got rough, and then I went on a little break, and then I went on Craigslist, and I went under the musicians page, mm-hmm. and Vixen had put an ad out, and I guess her crew bailed out on her, and she had an acoustic show at Warm Daddy's right down, I guess, the
Delaware Ave.
Yes, mm-hmm. and she's like, "Hey, can you play these couple songs?" And you know, I learned them. I played the song, and then she's like, "Hey, I would like to get a band going." And this years on, just now, it's just.
And now here you are.
Yes.
What about you, Chris? How did you get in?
Oh, wow. I play in another band with Terrence and Josh.
Okay. What band is that?
We're a band called End Other Wonders.
All right.
Completely different than this band. It's R&B, soul.
Shut up. Yeah. Really? Yeah. That is completely different.
Yeah.
Like, that's the polar opposite.
But it was crazy for probably 4 months, 5 months before I joined the band, mm-hmm. and auditioned and everything. They kept, saying stuff during rehearsal, like, we'd break out into something heavy. Mm-hmm. And Josh and Terrence would always look at me and say, "Oh, you got to hear this guy we're playing with in this other band."
And this one over here, right?
Because I get you get a little breathing room after you rehearse, and then you just start doodling on the guitar. And mm-hmm. I was doing something, and they said it sounds exactly like we're at Daisy practice. Mm-hmm. And I knew about the band. I didn't know anybody in the band other than Josh and Terrence. So things kind of evolved, and they asked me one day at the other band rehearsal, would you be interested in trying out? We're looking for a second guitarist.
Right.
So I said, sure, no problem. So I showed up, I auditioned. Actually, during my audition, I played Bad Guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's actually, if you dig deep on our
archives,
on our Facebook page, there's actually video of me playing the riff, like a little 20-second, 15-second snippet of it.
Nice.
But yeah, I auditioned and got the gig. I think walking to the car.
Same day. It was an instant decision.
Yeah, and it's been great.
What kind of music is your background? I mean, that's pretty like. There's not many people that want to do an R&B band and like a metal rock.
You have no idea what I've played hardcore bands. I did the country thing for like 5 years.
We had a long conversation about country tonight, by the way.
Oh, I played in a country band for like 5 years. I've toured around since I was 15 in bluegrass music. But I love my hard rock, my metal. I mean, as long as I'm playing music, I'm happy.
Did you study music as a kid?
I took lessons from an old guy down the street and learned the basics. And then I took lessons with another guy that was more focused in jazz music. Mm-hmm. So took lessons there for a little bit, and here I am. And my father was a big influence also.
He was a musician?
Yes, he was a musician and stuff. So
what does he do?
He played guitar.
Guitar.
Yep.
So, what's your favorite type of music to play? That's such a loaded question, isn't it?
My favorite kind of music to play. Man, I love Pantera. Metal,
Pantera.
Yeah, Pantera, Dimebag Darrell is probably my idol. But then again, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan. Going back to old blues, Robert Johnson. Then the newer country guys. Brad Paisley is amazing. Some of the guitarists that Elvis had. James Burton. You can't go wrong.
Do you play any other instruments?
Tool around with the bass.
Yeah.
That's about it. But that's Terrence, man. Terrence does.
That's all him?
Yeah, Terrence does the bass.
Man.
Yeah.
Brian, what about you? Did you study music as a kid?
If you mean listening to the radio and CDs million billion times, I guess that's studying it, right?
When did you start playing?
Oh, man. When I was a kid, I would say, I'm going to be 23. I probably started when I was like 10, 11.
You started on the guitar?
Yes.
And that's what you've been playing ever since?
Ever since.
Who are some of your influences?
God. Zach Wilde, Dimebag Darrell, Nick Hippa, Phil Scrosso. Shoot, man. There's too many guitar players. If you play guitar, I like you.
Yeah.
You know?
I can kind of play a chord. I talk about this often. My dream is to learn how to play the guitar, right? And I've taken lessons and everything. And I just can't do it. And maybe I just haven't tried hard enough, but it is not easy for me. And I know music, and I could play piano.
Okay.
And I've tried so hard to play the guitar, and I just am terrible. I just had to at one point chalk it up. I'm just not going to be good at this. I just have to pack it in at this point. It is, to me, anybody that plays a musical instrument, I'm in awe of. I think that it requires so much focus and coordination and natural ability. I really believe that it requires natural ability. I don't necessarily believe that you can teach anyone to play a musical instrument. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but that's just how I've always felt. I think you got to have it. You got to feel music to play it successfully, I would say. All right, so every week on That Mag Radio, we have a question of the night. And we didn't actually post one tonight, but so I just was making it up in my head because we have to do one. And I think I've actually done this one before, but it's one of my favorite questions. So the question of the night is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? We'll start with you, Brian.
Me? Oh, man. That would probably be to get Disturbing Daisy a record deal. But other than that...
I don't think that's a superpower.
Well... To manipulate
I gotta
people,
be honest.
to manipulate people, that would be able to.
All right, now that's a superpower.
To get a record deal, but other than that, I think it would be pretty cool to fly.
To fly,
yeah.
You could fly Disturbing Daisy to various shows too. I mean, that would work, right?
Epic.
Chris, what about you? What's your superpower?
Fly, really?
Oh man, we're brothers.
Are you trying to segue into the second song?
Oh, that is called Fly Away. That's actually a perfect segue, though.
I didn't even realize that. Honestly, I was.
Do you have a guitar solo in that one?
It's like a lead line, melody line, but it's nothing out of the blue like Bad Guy.
No, it took Brooks a while to play nice in the sandbox with guitar solos.
Yes.
That's just a little LOL moment. I don't know. Superpower. Wow.
The only reason why I said fly because I was thinking about
I could go creepy and say X-ray vision.
Yeah, that's creepy. That's good. Wait a second. Back to the sandbox. The comment though, we're gonna need to explore that. I'm not letting that go.
Oh man.
So what does that mean exactly?
I have an aggressive playing style, and I like to rip a lot, solo and all that. And it's more or less I'm so into metal. It's it's hard to play anything else but that. But I'm learning to calm it down. It's not always have to be a million miles per minute.
An aggressive playing style is such a nice way to put it. By the way,
it's the only way I could put it is if you put. God, man, that's hard. I don't know. I can't.
Brooks would. God, we probably never even talked about this. Exclusive. Brooks would, with music, when I first joined, it was,
it was metal or nothing.
Metal or nothing, and then it was any hint of a solo. Mm-hmm. It was always him.
Right.
And I'm the lead guitarist.
Right.
And it's just dude, we're guitar players. And I actually think it was Bad Guy when we were writing it, when we had the little breakdown with the solos. During the rehearsal, I said to him, I said, you got to tear it up here. I said, or, we could tag it. And he, well, I don't know. And I think I said, I don't know if I can curse or not.
Yeah, you can curse.
I said, well, dude, fuck it. If you're not going to,
gonna
shred
rip
on it,
right?
I said, I'm going to do it.
Right. And then
So
we
that's what we ended up doing
pong.
was during that part, we tagged on the solo. Every time the riff went, reset itself, it was like, then boom, we went ahead. So we just tagged the solos back and forth.
And if you listen to that song, the soft solo in the
Bad
beginning.
Guy again, we're talking
Bad
about,
Guy,
which
correct.
is the one we played.
Yes, ma'am. The first little, I guess, clean guy, that was probably like the start of me opening up.
Yeah, it took Brooks a while to open up the different genres.
Are you going to play R&B soon too?
Sky's the limit. I'm not going to down it. I'm one of those guys that, if anyone needs a guitar player, it's just nice to be involved in a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see that now, and it's actually given us a lot of more opportunities.
Yeah. It's funny. I want to talk about the music scene in Philadelphia a little bit, but I think it's a good time to go into another song since your superpower was, in fact, flying. So this song is called Fly Away. Really quick for the listeners at home, if they wanted to get a copy of some of your music or check it out right now, what's the best place to do that?
See us at one of our shows. We have the sampler for sale at our shows, T-shirts. Or if they wanted to hit us up on Facebook, we could probably work something out. And our Facebook is facebook.com/Disturbing Daisy, Twitter @Disturbing Daisy, Instagram Disturbing Daisy.
Everything Disturbing Daisy. All
Pretty
right,
much.
Here's Fly. We'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back. So we just had the opportunity to hear the song "Fly" from Disturbing Daisies. Disturbing Daisy. I just added an S. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Great song. I was actually listening to it in the headphones a little bit. What's that song about?
Once again, Vixen. Man, I can't even put it. I can't put it in words for her. It's. I don't know. It's everyone can have a different meaning. It's kind of rough to answer for somebody.
Yeah, but you guys are playing it, so what does it mean to you?
I don't know. I just felt good. I felt happy when I was playing it.
Felt happy. That's a good sign. We were having an interesting conversation, though, at the break a little bit when you were talking kind of a little bit about the musical styles. You know, you guys rubbing off on each other a little bit to kind of create the sound. Do you feel like when Chris came into the band that the sound evolved in a different way?
It definitely evolved, you know, because there's more input. There's just more originality. It's another mind to put, you know, to work, and it's really benefiting. It's really benefiting. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a really good year coming up. I can foresee a lot of good things.
What are the plans for the band this year? What's the goal?
Main goal for us is to finish recording. We started recording in the spring.
Okay. Where are you recording at?
Hidden Beat Studios.
There you go.
Hidden Beat Studios. All right.
Yes. Yeah. So we're looking to get a couple more songs down. Hopefully get a CD out to everyone. These are the
Is this the first CD-ish?
Well,
the sampler?
Yeah, it's a sampler. We wanted to get something out for the fest, the Jersey Shore Fest.
Okay.
And that was actually that night before we left, that Thursday night. I'm sitting at home falling asleep, putting everything together. Had gone and got the T-shirts, all kinds of stuff. So we had merch to sell at the shows. So so that's like kind of our first like physical CD. You
guys
have an awesome logo too. Who did that?
Oh my God! I believe it was a gentleman named J.O. You can catch him on our Facebook page. I'm pretty sure we're friends with him and all that other stuff.
He hooked us up.
I love it.
With the logo and everything.
You all can't see this at home, but it's basically the name and a little red daisy in the bottom left-hand corner, but it's grunged out a bit.
Yes.
It's made a little bit harder. It's not supposed to be pretty. A little distressed, correct. What? So you were saying, I totally changed the subject, but you're working on the new album, Hidden Beat Studios, right now. So the plan is to get. It's the first album, right?
Yes.
So the plan is to get it recorded.
Yep.
Is it going to be an EP or a full length?
We haven't really talked about that yet, but I personally, I would love to see a full length.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to force it, but whatever we feels right. If we come up with 5 songs or 10 songs,
the way you and I are working, we got this.
Yeah, and I mean we're writing a lot. Me and Brian have been cooking in the lab, and it's coming along nice. I mean a little bit different than Fly Away and Bad Guy. A lot more guitar harmonies, dual solos, stuff like that. So we're real happy with it, and some faster, stuff, some of Brian's influence on the songs and everything. So it's coming along real nice. I'm happy with it. I know when we get done our writing sessions during the week, we record them and I try to get them out and call some of the people up in the band, let them know, or email with the tracks out. Hey, this is what me and Brian did today. In my basement, and get it out there, and we get input. Sometimes Vixen will put lyrics to it. I mean, me and Vixen wrote a song, and we weren't even in the same room together.
It's awesome.
Kind of put it together, email back and forth, and then she just added some stuff to it and sent it out, and it worked.
Do you have any kind of anticipated release for it? No?
Nothing.
Just
set.
letting it happen.
Yeah, just let it happen. We really don't want to force it. It's something I think we want to have done by the end of the year.
Right.
That was one of our goals at the beginning of the year, was to have a CD out in 2014.
Any surprises lined up for it? Like anybody coming on as a feature, or like surprise guests?
There's a few ideas in my head for a couple things, but it has to be cleared with the rest of the guys. But,
so we can't talk about it yet.
Girl. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Well, we're anxious to hear it. I think that'll be really cool.
We're,
So, all right. So let's review the shows that you all have coming up.
Okay.
So everybody knows where to find you. What's the next one?
Okay, next one is August 29th. That'll be at the Fire.
Are you guys going to Liberty Music Fest? Are you there?
We're awaiting word. We didn't get picked initially.
Okay.
I don't know if we got our submission in late or we just, we're kind of like thanks but no thanks.
I saw your name. I knew I
Yeah.
saw your
We
name.
would love to play it, though.
Yeah, we'd love to play
Love
it.
to play it.
We did get an email last week about a slot, and we did put in for it. We don't have confirmation on that, so that's one iron in the fire.
Then August 29th, you said.
August 29th at the Fire with Layoff Leo, great band from Philly. And then we play October 6th. They're like our only two confirmed shows. Like I said, we have a couple, feelers out there. We're trying to get some gigs for September. We just haven't, have them 100% confirmed yet.
I want to shout out George, Jason, and Junie, who are all right now in the chat room. Junie said that Disturbing Daisy is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know where the name came from?
No. I remember honestly being in Disturbing Daisy forever. I think Vixen had the idea of having the band prior to forming the band, and she wanted to name the band Disturbing Daisy. So it's kind of her vision come to life. So I would say Vixen came up with the name.
So we got to ask her what it means. There's got to be some meaning behind it, right?
I'm fairly sure.
There's
There's
always
meaning
a
to
meaning.
everything, right.
Right. There's always a meaning. All right. So once again, people can find you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
Definitely have to catch you at a show to grab the CD, right?
Or hit us up on Facebook. I'm sure we could work something out.
And then we have to anticipate a new album coming like at the end of this year, beginning of next year,
Yep.
which is kind of exciting stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to play one more song. It's not yours, but we're going to keep you here. And then when
Okay.
we come back from the musical break, we'll say our goodbyes and do all that fun stuff. But I'm
All
just
right.
going to play one more track that I got to get in. So we'll be back in a minute. This is Keys, Hooray for Earth. So all of a sudden, all of our social media, our chat room is all getting inundated with Disturbing Daisy fans. We got Justin who said, Brian is my hero.
Thanks, Justin.
Junie said, Brian is my dream man. Ooh. I don't know if these are fans or I'm not really sure, but they're loving you, Brian Brooks.
Thank you.
Disturbing Daisy is awesome, of course. And then I hear on our Twitter that the infamous George, who I don't know and I kind of want to hang out with based on the stories that I'm hearing over break. He sounds like a lot of fun. And what were the Twitter comments, Donte?
What do your fingers smell like after playing?
What do your fingers smell like after playing guitar?
Oh, God.
I don't even know how you can answer something like that, George. But I hear that you have a very famous song called Poop Shoot, and I'm looking forward to hearing it at some point. That's for you, George. I see you're still on there, so that's awesome. What were the other tweets?
Who's Daisy and why is the bitch disturbed?
Who's Daisy and why is the bitch disturbed? We don't know the answer to that question, George, but we'll figure that out for you. I definitely want to thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for joining us on our radio show tonight.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you. To everybody out there listening, don't forget that in about a week, the new issue of that mag is going to be hitting the streets. Jason Isbell on the cover. I'm very excited because we're going to be distributing those at Hollystuck and then, of course, at the Philly Folk Festival and then at Liberty, which is awesome. So I can't wait for you to see this new issue because the writers and editors, they have all worked tirelessly on putting this issue together, and it is pretty effing awesome. Tomorrow night, you can catch us at Pairings in the Park again at Sister Cities Park. Matt Santry is going to be performing live for you tomorrow night, and this weekend I'll be in New York, so if anyone's going to be there, let me know. I'm going to be there for 2 days, and I need stuff to do. Again, I want to thank Disturbing Daisy. Go ahead.
We just want to say thank you once again for letting us go on here, and to anyone who listened and checked out the songs, we can't wait to get more out for you, and can't wait to please you guys. We're here to stay, and hopefully we get further.
Judy wants to know if you could swing your hair back and forth. Willow Smith.
Oh, God.
Can you? You have some pretty long hair.
Yeah, but it's history. It's history.
Why?
It's gone tomorrow.
You're cutting it?
I'm cutting it.
No.
Cutting it.
How short?
Pretty short.
Shut up.
Pretty short.
Why are you doing that? Just time?
I don't know. Yeah, just time.
Just time to do it.
Just time to do it.
I'm getting married November 1st. The first thing I'm doing on November 2nd is cutting my hair. Literally.
Nice. That's...
I swear to God, I'm going to wake up the day after my wedding and I'm going to chop it off. I can't stand it anymore. But I have to grow it long for the wedding. So I feel your pain. That's my whole point. I feel your pain.
Jeez.
Chris, what were you going to say? You were going to say something too.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say anything.
You were going to say something.
Nah.
I felt like you were going to say something too, I got to be honest. But that's all right.
The lip says it all.
And thank you guys so much. Tell Vixen I send my love and tell her I said hello as well. Donte, thank you to you. We're going to go out with a little bit more Kurt Vile, and we'll see you all here next week on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Sick artist.
Feel my pain and I'll do yours. We're all banged up, but who's keeping score? Girl, I'm not all you. There's a place out there that we can go and clean up our acting. Then come out squeaky clean so no one will know where we've it's alright for you. There's a fountain out there flowing deep and wide somewhere